Which is why, as I said, kid is too stupid to be left alive. I'm just saying, you know, hey, I'm just saying, imagine not killing a child. Yeah, couldn't be me. Anyway, greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to some more Ling Cage, episode 3 of season 2. Now, previously, we left off on the boss lady and Marc and the rest of the group about to be attacked. Now, do I actually think that something bad is going to happen? Maybe. Ultimately, there aren't that many episodes, so potentially, you know, there might be a death or two. As for who might die, like I said last episode, it's 100% gonna be the fat guy. Regardless, let's just get into it, shall we? Let me just... Nice. An energy drink a day keeps the doctor away? Gives me energy in the morning, okay? Interesting. What did he just say? I believe that is a quote-unquote a big one. Ew. It's interesting how maybe a little weird, maybe a little, you know, no one thought about this, but I get that they kind of seek out the whole glowy thing that humans give off, right? But it's not like they're blind, right? It's not like they're blind, so if, you know, something is moving and it's running out of the way, like, I feel like, I mean, if you told me they were blind, then I would be like, yeah, okay, sure, I get it, right? They only see the glow, right? But they're not blind. So it's like they can still see that, like, an animal that doesn't have the glow or the attraction is still trying to, like, get away. Or, you know, I feel like they would still act like animals. Like, maybe they wouldn't eat it because, you know, they eat the glowy thing. But I feel like they would still react to it like an animal would. You know, if something is moving against them, they would just instinctively react to it and, like, throw it or slam it or something. Ew. Okay, the sword acts as a key. Don't reveal yourself. Ew. Oh, why? Come on, man. Really? This is like if you were in fucking Jurassic Park and there was like a fucking dinosaur that was blind and you know, right next to you, and you know, a dog gets sucked into its butthole or something. Ew. There's no way you would stick. Jesus, man, why? That is ugh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ew. Ugh. Jesus. And you're dead. Well, not so fast, of course. Oh, jeez.
方圆，让他尝尝探索号的滋味。收到。
Didn't you?
快，趁现在把孩子们带上。
Didn't they need that thing? Somehow I really doubt that was just like an elevator that they used to get up there.
白老板，对不起，我没忍住。
我知道你们家把茶盖当亲人一样看待。好了，你的长枪不是摆设，给小朋友们做个榜样。
老板放心。
夏豆，你给他搭把手。我下去收拾这群丑八怪。
老板，屏蔽塔启动需要时间，只有你的基因能解锁程序。恢复运行前，你要是出事，我们就全完了。
而且你的细胞衰竭是不可逆的，只要战斗，身体状况就会更糟。
Ooh, okay, cell degradation. Eh? So, if I'm understanding correctly, the more she exerts her power or whatever, the quicker her like cell degradation works or something. So she's like dying slowly. Okay. A little bit of teleportation.
这里交给我们，后面有事就叫我。
这也是潜能的一部分吗？
没错，我能和影子共享视野，这样就不会被丑八怪偷袭了。
巨头，保护好孩子！要是出事了，还是他妈非得打死我不可！
少废话，赶紧过来，家伙顶不住了。
Of course, it's not dead yet. Okay.
系统，人到齐了，动手！
Okay, she's doing, what's it called? What's that game called? I haven't played the game. Wukong, Black Myth Wukong? She's doing that. Okay, okay, she's got some skill. Damn. Okay. Damn. Okay, then we have a... We have a bit of a sharpshooter on our hands. Okay, so she can teleport with other people. Good to know, good to know.
系统重启完毕，请核验身份。
旭彤，大家伙要出来了，找个位置放灵态诱导。
是。
你的命是该减肥了。
Okay, damn. Spears are the best weapon, the best melee weapon after all. As much as I love swords, you know, ultimately, I do consider spears to be the best weapon.
锁定波段。
I think, honestly, if I was a warrior, like some sort of like you know, martial artist with a weapon, I would probably, like, as much as I want to say that I would use a sword, I'd probably be using a staff, most likely, or some sort of mace, or well, not a mace, but like some sort of staff with something on the end, most likely. As a child, I played around with a bunch of weapons, right? As you do, as boys do. Boys will be boys, right? And if I'm remembering correctly, the one that felt the most natural was always kind of a staff. I don't know. Maybe it's just generally the best. But yeah, a staff or a spear. Definitely the best.
如果再使用潜能，就会原之一散，非常危险。
没时间用切割仪了。
Okay. Don't kill her. Yeah, you can kill her. I mean, she's... We didn't see much of her, to be honest. But we kind of saw a scene or two of the blonde-haired one, so let's not kill her. She's got some cool teleportation shit going on, so...
灵态诱导还没就位吗？
Uh-oh. Boss lady has got some strong attraction. No, it was definitely the boss lady, right? Yep. So what? They shoot out like a... So this guy can shoot out some sort of big-ass blob of energy that then the creatures get attracted to? Okay! What the hell was that? So they all just lost their connection. Well, he's gonna die, obviously. Also, why is that guy giving up so easily, dude? You're professionals. Never give up. Never give in. To infinity and beyond.
暂时没有发现异常。
啊，丽塔前辈，
你们车上的以前跟过马克，这次抓到他了。
3倍奉献点准备怎么用啊？
好好盯着前面的路，等你有命活着回去，我再告诉你。
马克队长曾经不止一次的救过我们，你们几个家伙说话小心一点。
我们打有限，谁有车载武器？
是，收到。
谢谢。距离目标还有多远？
这真的能把他们脑袋炸开花吗？
What happened to the robot's talking capability? Also, you know, I don't actually know if I mentioned this. Maybe I did at some point. At least I feel like maybe I have, but maybe I haven't. I feel like, I mean, maybe they're still gonna do it at some point, but from the very beginning, from the very first episode, I thought it was so weird that they just keep driving. And what do I mean by this? I mean, like, that they never run into any blockage. You know, it as small of a thing as it is, it's also kind of like, I mean, this is like an post-apocalyptic world, right? And they just have perfect, like, empty paths for their massive tank cars to take. I was thinking, like, you know, in the first episode, they were like, you know, riding on their mech wheels or whatever through these areas and using their cars, right? But these things are like massive, like armored vehicles, right? They always seem to have a perfect empty path that the cars can just go through. You know, they never run into any blockage. Even when they're in the middle of like a massive battle or whatever, or like, you know, escaping a horde of these monsters, they just never run into any blockage, even though they're like in the middle of like a ruined city or something. You know, it's like a little bit weird, kind of convenient, you know?
你说，马克那家伙都变成怪物了，墨城那帮人为什么还要救他？
那时候你也去帮忙了呀？
那可不一样，我可没打算跟他们一起去地面生活。我只是觉得他那时候很可怜，但他后来想吃我，还害死了那么多人。如果不是城主要活的，我一定要杀了他。
We have Eren Yeager in this bitch.
五队收到。
灯塔开了索引这个先例，咱们之后总算有喊头了。
人家救过新老2代城主呢，你们有那狗屎运吗？
一队，什么情况？
附近发现不明声音信号，正在搜索中。队长，前方300米，好像有人被埋在废墟下面了。
什么？怎么可能？是地面幸存者吗？
随影队长，咱们这次任务只是找马克，而且就快靠近核心区了，还是不要多事的好。
如果是从前的马克队长，他不会见死不救的。
I mean, it's
前面是必经之路，准备好装备后。
That's what I was gonna say. Literally, it's on the way, right? Like they might as well. Well, I mean, I don't expect this to be like a live human. Most likely, some form of creature controlling a dead human's body or something, and it's just some sort of instinctual reaction.
撑着点，我们现在就得出来。
Jeez.
苏丽，立刻支援。
可能是你太醒了时机手，我们得抓紧时间。
一定要在这个时候吗？
没别的办法了。
他们要干嘛？
来讨论战术。走，把剑剑也带上。记住，没有我的命令，不准出来。
Oh, there she is. God, I want to... I'm just waiting. I'm waiting until she takes center stage. I know she will. There's got to be more to this. There's got to be more to why she has the mask. God, I want to know so bad.
我们瞄准了你的手、脑和心脏，手指感动一下，立刻就让你变成死人。
你们知不知道这是叛变？
少废话，做了什么你自己心里清楚。
我做了什么？有话直说，别拐弯抹角的。为什么马克重伤回城，你就成了上民？灯塔从来没有这样的先例。
是不是查尔斯让你在任务中暗杀马克？
我为老城主摩根找到了解药。查尔斯说我救了他的父亲，虽然我不能体会父亲到底意味着什么，但查尔斯因此给了我上民的身份。
马克被火刑的时候，盖文为什么对你开枪？
你说当时那名拿枪威胁查尔斯的猎荒者吗？他在对我开枪之前就已经打伤了一个上民。我和那些上民一样，我们都是用来向查尔斯示威的工具。大家都知道，马克队长的伤口是刺满的骨刺造成的，难道我还能控制尸体兽？
如果那根骨刺是你手上的呢？
我那天根本没有遭遇过刺满，队长一直待我不薄，曾经还救过我，我为什么要害他？
Well, he's making a good point. As much as I want him to get found out, he's making very good points.
掩护他们撤退！
快走！
呼叫队长，我们遭遇了未知型，刚才的手是他的尾部，应该是用来吸引人类的诱饵。
所以在队伍遇险的时候，你们拿枪指着我，就想问这个。
卡罗，冷静点。 这不是什么未知型，大概率是腹刺兽，进食器官在尾部的诱饵上。如果是反射性，打击进食器官就能干扰他们的行动。我们正在和队长商量对策，你们迅速撤退，不要缠斗。
撤退！
快！
马克染病的远行仪式上，查尔斯为什么让你站在他的身边？而且你为什么故意从3队换到1队？快说！ 再磨蹭就轰碎你的头！
我换到1队，是因为马克在1队，
是吗？所以你进1队是为了对他下手？
我进1队是因为他曾经那番话，让我感觉自己也是独一无二的存在。我想为灯塔做点什么。消防袭击爆发时，我亲手把伯克从药物下拉了上来，你们都看到了。随后我跑到门口，明明可以脱险，但是为了救一名猎荒者耽误了时间，才被莫尘关在门里的。我他妈哪里对不起你们？ 难道就因为我臣民的身份，我所做的一切都不被你们承认吗？难道独一无二的就只有你们上民吗
I mean, he is very... He's got a good point here.
真的不是他。
马克遇害的时候，你在哪儿？
那时我从药房爬进了通风管道，幸亏光影之主庇佑，我从管道直接爬到了。
撒谎！你怎么知道马克什么时候遇害？
哦，
没说过准确时间。
对呀，自从马克离开药房后，你就不知道他的行踪了。
你知道吗？我从你眼神里看不到一丝真诚，我的直觉让我现在就打死你。
Still, even if I mean, shooting him right now would be probably a mistake. I mean, well, he's not going to, but because you know the show, you know, we know he's not going to. But if I was in this position, shooting him would be like, I mean, this would immediately cause massive problems with the rest of the crew here. And could very well get them all killed if they. I mean, if you just go on and kill the commanding officer. I mean, I don't know. It's just not that good of a not that good of an idea. Leave it off there. Okay, well. I can't control when the episode ends. It is what it is. Now, I do think that if the kid just pressed that button, if the kid just blew this guy's head off, I think the kid should die. I'm not gonna lie, I think they should immediately shoot the kid and kill him. Not just because I don't like children, but also, well, that is one of the reasons, but it's kind of like, if you've ever seen Attack on Titan, right? You know, fucking, what's her name? I actually forgot her name. The fucking girl, Gabby, I think her name was. Like, it's not exactly the same situation, but it's kind of the same situation, right? A child being taken to a war zone, and then because they're so fucking stupid, because they're children, they don't know how to control themselves, right? They just start thinking, oh, I gotta kill my enemy, and then they just kill without thinking at all, right? And while it is sad, I think sometimes, you know, like, ultimately, there are many times when I say someone who is so fucking stupid that they become a danger to others should just be put down. Basically, the reason why I don't like, you know, I don't like stupidity, I don't like stupid, dumb people, because oftentimes they're so dumb that you know that they're going to become a danger to others, which is why I think, you know, I mean, sometimes the world is better off, let's just say. In these cases where a child is in the war zone being given weapons and tools to kill people, essentially you're just giving a complete dumbass a lethal weapon. You don't want to give a complete dumbass a lethal weapon. I think we can all agree on this. A child is basically a dumbass, right? So it's like, why would you ever bring a dumbass to a war zone? Why would you ever give a dumbass a weapon, right? And in this case, that includes a child, because children are dumb. They're just too dangerous to be left alive. Or rather, I should say, they're too dumb to be left alive. And yeah, some might say, like, well, you know, it's a child, they have to be taught otherwise, etc., etc. But like, because in this case, you know, they wouldn't have shot him, right? They wouldn't have shot, what's his name? Mr. Sui? Mr. Sui? They wouldn't have shot him. Right? They threatened it, yes, but they wouldn't have shot him, because if they had, they would have just done so almost immediately. If this guy was going to shoot him, then he wouldn't have said something along the lines of like, oh, my gut tells me to shoot you right now. You know, like, when people are saying that, they're not going to shoot, right? They're saying like, I should, I really want to, but I'm not going to, right? Even Mr. Sui, you know, he wasn't pulling the trigger because he made the determination that he wasn't going to get shot, right? Like, he can still talk himself out of this before taking the extreme measures. But the kid, being a fucking idiot, right, is like, uh-oh, and then goes and pulls the trigger. Which is why, as I said, the kid is too stupid to be left alive. I'm just saying, you know, hey, I'm just saying, imagine not killing a child. Yeah, couldn't be me. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed episode 3 of season 2 of Ling Cage, and we shall be back next time. Until then, I shall bid you adieu.